Hello. So I want to talk to you about the 10 of coins. This card is from the oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. It's from it's a non-traditional card. Actually, interestingly enough, it was pointed out to me the other day that if you look at the 10 of cups, the family, this is the 10 of coins, but the 10 of cups, the family is looking out. You can't see their faces. In this one, the 10 of coins, you can see their faces, which is connected to the 10 of cups. So the fact that you can see their faces in this, it shows the manifestation of the 3D. Like all of these things that are going on in our head, right, are actually material. And that's what this 10 of coins is about, okay? Now you may think that it's actually the 10 of cups, because the 10 of cups is like emotional and like, you know, a lot of the time, happy family would be associated with emotion. But not everybody wants a big happy family, right? So this 10 of coins, the fact that they're facing us in this is in a way explaining that it has actually manifested. It's actually come in, it's birthed. The thing has birthed. The idea has birthed. And I love the line, there's nothing more powerful than an idea whose time has come. And that's from Saul Williams, a musician and poet called Saul Williams. And I've really thought about this. How is thought material? Why is this related to the material? And when you reach the 10 of, because right, the 10 of swords is related to the mental realm, the realm of intelligence. Anything with swords is mental. And so why isn't this how is this mental aspect material? Okay, so it could be related to the swords in the sense that the swords are related to the air suit. And air is like one of those things, like wind that moves things, right? Wind moves and it spreads seeds, but you can't necessarily see it. You can see the things that it's moving, but you can't see the wind. And that's a lot like how thought works. Is like, you know, you have this thought, you can't see it, but somehow it manifests in the 3D realm. And so reaching this place, this 10 of Pentacles place, is actually about having peace of mind. Like you have reached the pinnacle, like whereas the 10 of Swords is like, I mean, it's the end of something for sure. Like you can breathe a sigh of relief, but it has taken 100,000 years to be able to breathe that sigh of relief. You've had to be present through every pain up until that sigh of relief. It's a very drawn out, long ending, which I'm not trying to get into. It proves that even if you have all the money and all the material and the family members and the friends, if your state of mind is not there, then you're still not at that full 10 of cups. If your state of mind is not in the right place, then it's like, and you know, for me, I'm tending to think of the state of mind as if I'm trying to observe it, I see it as a tool created to protect me, and its nature is to look for problems, and its nature is to look for things to protect me from, and I have to appreciate that for what it is without allowing it to cause fear. And so when you get this 10 of coins, when you have this, it's not just about having the material stuff. Even though this is totally, the thought is the material thing. Having the positive thought, having the right state of mind is the 10 of coins. The 9 of coins, on the other hand, is going to be, oh, I've gotten all the money, I've gotten the house, I've gotten the, the spouse, I've gotten the dream life, that's like what that's about. But there's one step further, and that's having the peace of mind. And that is what this card is about. And I really love that they are facing us in this, because the 10 of Cups is still kind of the fantasy land. Like, you're still, like, no, well, it's definitely not the fantasy, but it's not, just the Cups have a little bit more of like an illusion aspect to, like the emotional aspect. Emotions come and go. We are not our emotions. And the Cups are about emotions and realizing. And so when we're growing in life, when we get really emotional about something, we identify with that emotion. I'm happy, I'm ecstatic, I am angry, and saying I am whatever, it solidifies it within you in a way that isn't actually, like, it's like very subtle. It's like, but also very powerful. It's kind of like the drip, the slow drip, If it just one drop into this rock over and over and over again, eventually that rock is going to make a hole. That hole then is going to, either it's going to keep going lower and lower and lower and just get a really, really deep hole, or it's going to overflow and then flow into other rocks and make more holes. And what was my point with that? Oh, the slow change. Like, even though the thing is the same, the water's still dropping the same rate on the same rock every day, there will be a day that won't happen anymore, because just the repetitiveness will create a new environment. Okay, let's think about that for a minute. The repetitiveness of that action of the water falling on the rock will create a new environment, right? Now, they say that the definition of insanity is trying the same thing and expecting different results. I'm going to end on that, because this is a contradictory idea. I want to think more about, and I would love to hear if you have anything to say about it. This idea that, because insanity can seem, or devotion, right, can seem insane, right? And that's definitely trying the same thing over and over again. Like, when you think of prayer or faith or commitment, that is doing the same thing over and over again. And I guess it depends on what we're expecting to get out of it. And I just kind of blew my own mind for a minute there. I have to think about this. Let me think about this for a minute. The dropping of the water on the rock, even though it's an unchanging behavior, the water is always dropping on the rock, on the same rock, same rate, same amount of water, same action, eventually creates a new environment. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. So when the water's dropping on the rock, is there an expectation of something involved in that? What's the expectation of the water? I mean, let's pull a card. Let's just pull a card real quick and just see what the cards have to tell us about this idea. Hello, Aunt Caroline. She was out already. She was visiting earlier. It's the Wheel of Fortune. And I do believe that this is the Hoodoo. I want to call it the Hoodoo Tarot deck, but I'm Yeah, that's right. Who knew? What is this? Is this contradictory, Tarot? Is this even the same concept? The rock and the water and the creation of insanity. Ace of Baskets. An incredible emotional gift. A gift of emotional intelligence. A new... So when you get the aces are like the essence of the element. I learned this from someone, and you know what? I'm gonna make a video dedicated to the ones that I've studied. And she explains this as the aces are like the element. It's kind of like, you can think of it as like it's like the essence of the element. Like when you look at somebody, you know, and you say, "Oh, I see your mother in you." You know, that's her essence, you know. And that is like, so like if you get the Ace of Cups, you're getting this essence of emotion and the element of water, and it kind of makes me think of like being Twitter-pated, or like just being in love, like in like a loving way. And we were talking about water, weren't we? We were asking about water dripping, and I like that. I think that looks like water pouring down on a basket. Well, that's fun. Okay. Now, on the bottom of the deck is the Son of Coins. No. Studying. Like we're talking about the Pentacles. Like we're studying. This guy's here to... he is studying the essence of the earth, of the coin. He's realizing his own part in that. And we're all here realizing how our emotions fit into that as well. This is Nova down right here by my side. She's my puppy dog. Her birthday is on August 8th on the Lion's Gate portal. She'll be 2. So if you want to send her treats, that's okay. You can do that. Now, I do have a wish list that I've created. Some of this stuff is more expensive than other stuff, but my dog, my son, and I have a birthday coming up in the next few months. So if anybody's feeling like buying us presents, we have had to restart. So I have had to, and my son and my dog, we've all had to restart several times. And so many times that I don't even really want more stuff to carry, but I do need stuff. There's stuff that we require. What is this lesson that we are learning about redundancy, repetitiveness, and insanity? Ooh, 4 of Knives. So this is this card. The 4 of Knives is like traditionally the 4 of Swords. This is the rest before battle card. This is the meditation that you go into before the big test the next day, or the big interview, or the meditation that you go into before going to court, or the meditation that you go into before breaking up with somebody, or delivering some really important news, or, you know, having to face something real and challenging, someone or something real and challenging. And interestingly, we have here coins, baskets, and knives. This is the realm of thought. The realm of thought, the imagination, some say is God. God is the imagination itself. The eighth dimension is where both the dragons and the imagination resides. And that space, that kind of timeless space that we can go to, where we can step back and take a look at and take stock of the emotions and the things, is what is the free man kind of allows for, like that new that innocence, that innocent thinking, just thinking innocently, just being, meditating without judgment, thinking without judgment. And by being able to think without judgment, we free our emotions up. Temperance. And we learn how to have patience while we ride out the storms of our emotions, that are often we identify with because of things that we want, because of things that we either think that we want, or that we need, or that we've learned to want. Oof, daughter of coins. So the daughter is traditionally the page, which is the messenger, the not quite at the level where they're studying themselves yet, like this, like the son of coins is. They're still kind of just like reflecting back the energy to everybody. The page is the we see in front of us this food and this stuff, but we know that inside of us there's a peace that allows for us to receive these blessings. Whether the feeling of feeling good, or the good company, or good food, or conversation. Seven of Knives. Yeah, I guess deceit. And see, she's kind of got, this is interesting because she's wearing like a pretty Betty Crocker looking type outfit, and it's fake. Like, it's not her culture. Like, and that's why it's not necessary. It's, you see the food, it's all, she's got everything she needs, but there's an emotional aspect that has to be involved for this to be a genuine scene. This is a genuine scene. This is like loss of identity based on someone else's idea of what's good. And we got the moon, and that also has to do with this illusionary. My phone is going to run out of batteries in just a minute, so if this breaks out, then please forgive me. The moon is, it's also a full moon right now. We're about to, it's like full moon, I think in, I don't know what it is, but it's a full moon. So definitely another thing that is related to emotion, and it's bigger than us. The moon and the oceans are bigger than us, and the moon pulls on the some say that it actually literally pulls on the gravity. Some say that's not true, so I don't know, but I've not studied it personally. But the moon pulls on the waves when it gets closer to the earth, and it has an effect on it. And that's interesting too, because the reflection that we see has an effect on the way that we behave as well as what we don't see, what we feel, what we think. When we close our eyes and we behave versus how we think it looks to the world, what face, we put on knowingly or unknowingly when we are with ourselves or the world, is where this Four of Knives kind of place comes in. This kind of just it's not quite a surrender, because you're having to come to, you're having to like, you're kind of, it is a bit of a surrender. I think you could relate it to a bit of a surrender.